I just finished implementing a new piece of functionality and added an initial set of Google test cases. Before opening a pull request, I want to ensure my code passes some basic checks to avoid obvious issues while reserving more extensive testing for the CI pipeline. Let's start by running a static analysis. Here I have MISRA and CERT based selection of coding guidelines that were approved for my project. That's simply a configuration file for my static analysis. Alright, static analysis has finished, and as we can see, there are quite a few violations. Some of them are easy to fix, like missing cons qualifiers for certain parameters, but there are also more complex issues such as a potential division by zero in the code. Fixing these issues manually would take a significant time. Fortunately, with the new MCP server integrated into Parasoft tools, we can offload this work to an AI agent. In this demo, I'm using GitHub's Copilot with the Claude Sonnet model, but Parasoft's MCP server can integrate with any agentic solution. To ensure that AI agent stays focused on our specific goals, we've included additional project instructions that clearly describe what we expect and how the agent should achieve it. Now, let's give the agent a task. Task to enforce MISRA and CERT compliance. As outlined in our procedure, the AI agent begins by querying the MCP server for static analysis violations. It then reviews the response, identifying all the violated rules, and queries the MCP server again to retrieve the relevant rule documentation, ensuring it fully understands each static analysis finding. Next, the agent proceeds violation by violation, automatically fixing all the detected issues. Once it's done, it reruns the static analysis to verify that all violations have been resolved. And this is our case. Great. What we get at the end is a clear and concise summary of all the fixes, which is extremely helpful when reviewing the code diff. With this presentation, it takes me only a minute to review all the changes. I can easily see every resolved issue directly correlated with the corresponding code modification. In this case, everything looks great. The agent's fixes are clean and correct, so I will simply accept the changes. Alright, so we are halfway through. Now I need to make sure my unit test cases are strong enough and that I'm achieving sufficient code coverage. Running my initial set of Google test cases shows that my testing isn't quite perfect yet. There are still a few coverage gaps. Once again, our AI agent supported by Parasoft MCP can help. Just like with static analysis, we've provided the agent with precise instructions on how to improve code coverage while staying within the project-defined boundaries. These agent guidelines, combined with Parasoft's code analysis data available through the MCP, help the agent stay focused and work more efficiently. So let's give it a goal: improve unit tests and coverage. The agent follows the defined procedure, starting by rebuilding the project and executing test cases. It then connects with Parasoft MCP to access the code analysis data needed to enhance the tests. Let's give it a moment to finish. It looks like it's done. Let's take a closer look at what happened. As you can see, the agent began by rebuilding the project and running the existing Google test cases. Once the test cases were executed and coverage data generated, the agent interacted with Parasoft MCP to interpret the data, identifying covered, not covered, and coverable lines of code. It then analyzed both the source code under test and the existing unit test cases. Using this information, it automatically generated additional test cases to close the remaining gaps. After adding those tests, it reran them and updated the coverage data on the MCP server. The agent then verified whether any uncoverable lines remained. It detected one line still uncovered, analyzed the code, and determined that this was actually uncoverable code. To properly document this case, it applied a coverage reporting suppression annotation, ensuring full compliance evidence. The suppression was successfully applied, and a final check confirmed that no covered lines remains. To wrap up the process, the agent generated an HTML report containing detailed compliance evidence. Just like with static analysis, we ended up with a clear and informative summary describing each step taken, including confirmation that the coverage goal was achieved. To verify, we can open the generated report. And indeed, it confirms that our coverage results look great. We've just seen how AI agents, when combined with Parasoft testing tools, can streamline compliance with industry standards and reduce development costs. Thank you for your attention.